Hello everybody, my name is Lady Gear to you and welcome back to Let's Play Spyro the Dragon! The camera turns automatically, which ruins my intro. I worked hard on it. Anyway, welcome back to Let's Play Spyro the Dragon. In the previous video, we conquered Dark Hollows, and today we're going to be conquering Stone Hill. The words in this game are a little bit cheesy, but whatever, this game was made for kids. So this world is going to be a pretty big demonstration on something I've yet to talk about, is how much I really love the level design in this game. There's going to be a bunch of moments in this game where it should feel like you shouldn't be able to get into a certain part in the game, but you actually can, and there is stuff that we can get in it. There's some gems right there that we need to go destroy, and there's some more gems over here that we need to go collect. I'm the best at explaining things, aren't I? There's a well over here. Well, actually, no, I should probably get these things first. I'll get to that well later. Those enemies right there, those are new enemy types. Those enemy types will charge at you. If you're not careful, then you will get hit. That's pretty much the basic rule of enemies in video games. That if you're not careful with them, you will get hit. Even with Goombas, it is very possible to die from Goombas in Mario games. I don't know why I'm talking about Mario when I'm playing a PlayStation game. Down this well, there is another locked treasure chest. We would not be able to do anything with that for a moment. I will be getting the key in a moment. There's a dragon right here which we can save, and I'm going to talk over his dialogue. I'm just kidding, I won't do that.
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro. His color indicates his power. When he eats butterflies, he stays strong. Like me.
Sure.
I love Spyro's expressions in this game. I know this is an old game, and this game was very technically limited with the original PlayStation, but they nailed the facial expressions with Spyro. He feels like a really brilliantly fleshed out cartoon character, and that is definitely an achievement for this kind of game, because this game is a cartoonist art style. And actually, that reminds me as to why Spyro was created in the first place. When this game was coming around, a majority of the big AAA PlayStation titles were more adult games like Tomb Raider and Metal Gear, Resident Evil, Final Fantasy, things like that. And so they made, there were a couple games like Crash Bandicoot and Toy Story 2, which I did a Let's Play of a couple years back. But so they decided to make Spyro the Dragon to appeal more towards the younger audience who also wanted to play the PlayStation.
When you free a dragon or step on one of their platforms, you're saving your progress. That could be useful if you run into trouble. Not that you ever run into trouble, Spyro.
In case you guys haven't figured it out by now, I'm gonna stay quiet during those conversations, because the dragons, most of them in the early part of the game, they have interesting stuff to say, but as we're going to see later over the course of the game, as the game goes on, the stuff that the dragons actually talk about becomes progressively less interesting. Most of it's just tutorial stuff as for now. What am I trying to say? Most of it's tutorial stuff right now, but over the course of the game, the dragons will have a lot more interesting stuff to say. The end of the level's right there, but like I was saying a moment ago, you may think that you're not able to get down here. Well, there's actually stuff down here that we can go get, which is awesome. You wouldn't think that you'd be able to go over the ledge when you see a big ocean like that, but no, there is actually a cave over here that we can explore, and inside this cave is the key to that chest in the well. I feel like I'm describing a little kid's poem, but whatever. There's more gems right there that we can go collect.
After you freed all the dragons, pass through this fancy vortex thingamajigger. It'll take you back to the artisan home. But first, let me tell you a story.
No thanks.
Oh, also, what's worth mentioning is that Spyro cannot swim. So, if you try going into the water, then you are going to be taking progressive damage during the flight missions. If you go into the water, then you will automatically drown. But when you're not in the flight missions, you do have a chance to get out of the water, but you will most likely drown if you're not careful. Anywho, there are some more gems over here that we're going to be getting, and we're also going to be introduced to a new enemy, the Wizard. I don't think that's his official name. Like I keep saying, I don't really. This isn't like Zelda or Mario or anything like that, where I know the names of all the, where I know the names of most of the enemies in the game. It's not like that at all. I don't really know any of the enemy names. So I'm gonna be just like giving them random nicknames and stuff like that. And longtime PlayStation fans are gonna be probably screaming at me in the comments, being all like, "Oh my God, why are you let's playing a Spyro game if you don't know what this enemy is called?" And as I said before, I like this game. I can let's play whatever I want. It's my channel. And there's a wind thingy over here that we can go fly across.
Spyro, my friend, how about a hint on gliding?
You bet.
For the longest glide, press the X button at the top of a jump, and try pressing the triangle button to drop down in mid-flight.
That guy was explaining the gliding mechanic that I sort of demonstrated in the first episode of this Let's Play. The gliding mechanic, you push the X button again while you're in mid-air, and as you said, you get the furthest distance if you push the button at the peak of the jump. Pushing the square button will make you kind of dive down, and pushing the triangle button will make you drop down completely. This is pretty handy, but the camera in this game is not really all that great when it comes to the flying, so you want to be careful with that. And this also, right here, this also demonstrates. Excuse me. This also demonstrates another example of what I was talking about a moment ago, where you see some structures that you weren't entirely sure if you were able to actually go explore, and you saw this castle, and you can actually explore the entirety of the top of it, which is well, not the entirety of it, but you know what I'm trying to say. There's some stuff. There's some gems over here, and there's some gems on the hills over there that we're going to be getting in a moment. If you try, but sadly, this game still is restricted. So if you try going beyond these barriers, beyond these stone things, you'll be stopped by an invisible force field of death that will prevent you from doing super awesome stuff, which is lame. But this was in a time frame where invisible walls were kind of everywhere in video games. They don't really appear that many. They don't really appear that often in games nowadays, like Xenoblade Chronicles X. Well, at the time of recording this video, that game hasn't been released in where I live yet. So yeah. Well, I did hear that game doesn't have any invisible walls. That game's gonna be awesome. These dragonflies, what I was saying a moment ago, no, not a moment ago, a couple of videos ago, to me it was a moment ago, but to you guys it was like, I don't know, like last week. I have no idea how I'm going to be uploading this series alongside the other Let's Plays I'm going to be doing around this time, and I fell off a ledge because I was focusing too much on commentary and not on gameplay. As I was saying a moment ago, what was I saying a moment ago? Whatever. Over here on these hills, we're going to be introduced to another new gameplay mechanic, which is another kind of wizard who has stolen a dragon egg because he's a cruel monster. That blue figure off in the distance is the wizard, so let's go chase after him! Chase the wizard! Destroy him! No wizards are allowed to live! That's why Merlin doesn't exist anymore. The wizard, as you can probably tell, it can be pretty difficult to catch up to him. The AI for the wizard is actually very brilliant for the time, because the wizard will take sharp corners around areas, and will take sharp. What I'm trying to say is the wizard will take sharp turns around areas to throw you off, and if you try to catch it from the front, it will turn back and go running the other way. So the AI for the wizard is pretty brilliantly done. You have to give Insomniac a lot of credit because this game was very brilliantly well made. Another one of the big things about this game was the fact that they wanted to improve draw distances, because while the PlayStation had a lot of, well, the PlayStation was pretty powerful in terms of memory, there were still problems with draw distances. Like in Tomb Raider, the older Tomb Raider games on the PlayStation, the areas in the back were like a lot darker, and the areas in the back were a lot darker, and just in general, the draw distances wasn't that great on PlayStation games. But with Spyro, what they did was that they tried out a new idea at the time where they'd have items where they'd have blurrier objects the further away it was. That's basically what I'm just trying to say. So, without further ado, we're going to be going to another world as soon as I can find it. There it is over there. So what we're going to be doing next in the next video is that we're going to be going over to the world over here that I sold off. I didn't really sell it off, I just sold the location, but in the next video we're going to be going into this world. And with that, we're going to end this video off here. So in the next video we're going to be going into Town Square. I had Spyro point at the words on the gate to make it feel more epic. But I mean, like I said, we're gonna end this video off here, so thank you guys so much for watching this video of Spyro the Dragon, and until next time, let me gear to you. Oh yeah.